Hey everyone, it's Jet back today with another pet video, and today I'm going to show you how to get the pet called the Phoenix Wishwing. Now this is a secret pet, and if you hover over it, it says you acquire it from a quest called the Tail of the Phoenix in the Waking Shores. Now in order to get this pet, you're going to need three things. You're going to need a Phoenix Ash Talisman, you're going to need 20 Ash Feathers, and you're going to need 15 Smoldering Phoenix Ashes. Now on top of these three items, in order to acquire the talisman, you'll need to farm up 3 more items. So in retrospect, really 6 things you need to farm up. Yeah, it sucks, but that's how the grind goes sometimes. One important note, before you begin farming to acquire this pet, I do want to put it out there that in order to get the talisman, you'll need the Cataclysm Time Walking event to be present that week. But the good thing is, even if it's not present, you can still farm up all the items that you need. So when it is present, all you have to do is just get that one item so you can get the Phoenix Ash Talisman. Now, if you're watching, when you watch this video, some parts may seem off with the video quality and maybe the sound. And the reason for that is I started making this video when the pet was first discovered. Then I stopped. So some parts were recorded months ago, while some were recorded at the present time. And I just combined them. To say the least, this video has been a challenge in its own right for me. But we finally finished it up. So sorry about the delay, and hope it can help someone. On closing, I just want to thank all the people over at the Wild Secret Finding Discord for discovering this pet. I just want to tell them to keep up the good work that they do over there. So without further ado, we can farm these up in any order. We're going to start with Phoenix Ash Talisman. So let's go get another pet and add it to our collection. The first item we're on the hunt for is called the Phoenix Ash Talisman. Now this item is sold by a vendor called Zektar, and Zektar is located in everyone's favorite expansion, the Warlords of Draenor. Now he is located in this area right here in the Spires of Arak. Now if you come down here to this area and you can't see Zektar and he's not visible, then you will have to unlock him. And to unlock them, you'll have to quest up to a certain chapter in the Spires of Arak storyline. And I'll put all the details of how to unlock him in the description below, along with his waypoints. Now, when you click Zektar here, you'll notice he'll sell you the Phoenix Ash Talisman if you trade him 3 items. Now, these 3 items are the Glittering Phoenix Ember. You're going to need 10 Sacred Phoenix Ashes, and you're going to need 20 Inert Phoenix Ashes. Now the Glittering Phoenix Ember, this item right here is gated behind the Cataclysm Time Walking event. Now if the Cataclysm Time Walking event is not up, it's okay, because because you can still farm these 2 items right here and the other items you need in order to obtain this pet. Then when the Time Walking event rolls around, all you have to do is get the Glittering Phoenix Ember, turn it in to get the talisman here, which will enable you to see and turn in the quest which awards the pet. So I'll show you how to get all 3 of these items right now so we can purchase the Phoenix Ash Talisman. The first item we're going to farm to get the Phoenix Ash Talisman will be the Glittering Phoenix Ember. Like I said, this item is gated behind the Cataclysm Time Walking event. And unfortunately, you're going to have to go into the Firelands Time Walking raid to obtain the item. Now, when you get inside the raid, there will be a boss called Alizrazar, and she will drop you the Glittering Phoenix Ember. There's 2 ways to get into a Time Walking raid. One is if you have a guild and you have a bunch of guildmates and friends that want to run it. You guys can form a group, and you can go into it by queuing up with Vormu, who is located in Stormwind on this little platform here. So when you talk to her, she'll have an option that says send me into the Firelands. So when you have your group formed, you can click this option. Unfortunately for me, I don't have enough people in my group to queue into it. The second option is you can go into Group Finder, go to Pre-Made Groups, go to Legacy Raids, or you can go into Customs, because sometimes people list it in the wrong section, so you're just going to have to search for it. And you can look for someone doing a Firelands Time Walking raid to get it. Unfortunately, I don't see one up now, so once we form a group or get into a group, we'll be right back and I can show you how to get the item. So we managed to get into a Time Walking raid group and kill Alizrazar. And she dropped our item for us. Now, Ali Rizar in the Firelands Time Walking Dungeon is located right here. Our group just went straight to her and killed her for the item that we need. And the item that we need is called the Glittering Phoenix Ember. Now this, you don't have to loot her. Once you kill her, it will go directly into your bag. Now that we got the Glittering Phoenix Ember, we will go get the other two items we need so we can turn it in to get our Phoenix Ash Talisman. This next item we're going to farm up is called the Inert Phoenix Ash, and we will need 20 of them. Now before I show you how to get these, back in the day, I helped a buddy change some spark plugs in his Z28 Camaro. Now when we got done with it, I looked at him and I said, you know, whatever the mechanic charges to change these, it's worth the money to pay him. Now I bring that story up because if you could buy these Inert Phoenix Ashes on the auction house, regardless of the price, I probably would have just bought them. The good thing, though, is since patch 10.1.5, these are really easy to get compared to how they used to be. Now, where you acquire these is you want to come to Unogoro Crater and you want to come to Fire Plume Ridge here. Now, all around this area, you'll notice Scorching Elementals down here, and you'll notice Living Blazes. And when I first started making this video months back, basically right when this pet was found, these Inert Phoenix Ashes only drop from Scorching Elementals, and they shared a respawn with the Living Blaze. So you can just imagine how tedious this farm was. Now, but since 10.1.5, this item can drop from both the Scorching Elementals and the Living Blazes. So what you want to do is you just want to kill these guys. You just want to fly around this area right here, Fire Plume Ridge, and you just want to kill all the Living Blazes and the Scorching Elementals and hope that they're kind enough to drop a Inert Phoenix Ash. So we're going to need 20 of them, and when we get 20 of them, then we'll go get our next item that we need to get our talisman. So we'll be right back. Alright, the last item that we're going to farm up to get the Phoenix Ash Talisman is called the Sacred Phoenix Ashes. Now, this item right here is located in cookpots all across the Spires of Arak. Most of them are located up here, these cookpots. Some are down here. They're just all over. I'll put all the waypoints on where you can find exactly all these cookpots in the description below. Now, when you come to one of these cookpots, as you'll notice here, you just want to hover over it and look in there and see if you can see a small pile of ash. Like right here, this cookpot, you can't. So there's no item that we can loot there. And some of these cookpots are like that. So you got to grind out and fly around to all these locations and see if you can find one. So we'll fly down to this next location here. And see if that cookpot has one so you can get an idea of what it looks like. So if you notice in this cookpot, you'll notice a small pile of ash. And this is what you're looking for right here. So when you loot this small pile of ash, you'll get the Sacred Phoenix Ash. And you're going to need 10 of these. So like I said, I'll put all the waypoints in the description below. So when we get 10 of these, we'll go back to Zektar and get our Phoenix Ash Talisman. Alright, so we made it back to Zektar, and we're going to get our talisman after that grind. So we got our Glittering Phoenix Ember, we got our 10 Sacred Phoenix Ashes, and we got our 20 Inert Phoenix Ashes. So we'll talk to Zektar here, and now that we got all the items we need to acquire the talisman, we'll purchase it. And now we got one of the items that we need. So we're going to head to the Waking Shores, and I'll show you what to do next. The next two items we need to farm up are the Ash Feathers and the Smoldering Phoenix Ash. And what you want to do is you want to come to the Obsidian Citadel here, and you need to talk to a vendor called Grifta. Now, the reason you want to do this is Grifta sells an item that you're going to need to get the Ash Feathers, and it's called the Ash Feather Amulet. Now, if you hover over it, you'll notice whenever you use it, it allows the wearer to see ash feathers shed from Lava Phoenix within the Slagmire and Burning Ascent. So you want to purchase this. Now, whenever you purchase
Stay
this
away from them.
and you use it,
It's not ready.
you'll notice you'll get a buff up here, which will allow you to pick up ash feathers in those two areas. Now, where you can, there's many places you can go farm these ash feathers and the smoldering phoenix ashes. I'm just going to show you what worked best for me. Now, the ash feathers, those are going to be pretty easy to pick up, and it's not going to take you long at all. But the smoldering phoenix ash, that could be a grind. Hopefully, along your journey, you save some that you picked up, because maybe you didn't know what they were for, but you saved them. That would cut off some time. So I'll show you where to farm both of these up right now, and we'll be right back. Okay, now in order to get the ash feathers are located on the ground. As you can see right here, there's one right here on the ground. They're all over this place, this little spot right here that I'm going to tell you where to go. There's one right here. There's one right here. And the smoldering phoenix ashes drop from these phoenix birds. As you notice that they're all around here also. And they respawn pretty quick. So the area that I recommend to go to is right down here in this area. I'll put the waypoints in the description below. But all you want to do when you're here is you just want to kill these birds. You just want to kill these birds, and you just want to pick up the ash feathers that are on the ground. Now the ash feathers, they spawn pretty quick here, so you can pick them up pretty quick. The phoenix ash, you're gonna have to, we got one right there, which is really nice. So that might take a little bit of time, but as you notice here, these ash feathers look like this. You can just pick them up on the ground. So I recommend staying right here because these birds will all respawn pretty quick, and in the process of them respawning, you can pick up feathers. So when we get our 20 feathers and 15, when we get 20 ash feathers and 15 smoldering phoenix ashes, we'll be right back, and I'll show you where you can turn all this stuff in. Alright, so after you farmed up all 3 items you need, we got the talisman, we have our 20 ash feathers, which was not hard, by the way, but the smoldering phoenix ash, that was kind of a grind. So after you have all 3 items and started questioning your life of what you're doing with it, you want to come to Tarjin the Blind, and Tarjin the Blind is located right here in the Waking Shores. I'll put his coordinates in the description below. And when you talk to him, he'll have a quest called the Tail of the Phoenix. And then he'll ask you for the 15 smoldering phoenix ashes, the 20 feathers, and the phoenix talisman. So when you complete this, you'll get our phoenix Wishwing pet. And this grind is officially over for us. So I'll show you what this pet looks like. We'll throw him in our collection right here. I'll take a look at him. Oh, you can cage it. So if you don't even want to do this grind, you can just, dang, 600k, not bad. I have to do this on, I don't think I could do this on an alt. I couldn't do this on an alt. I couldn't do it, but it is cageable, which I didn't know. So we'll summon this, and this is what it looks like. So it's just your little Phoenix Wishwing. So that's how you get the Phoenix Wishwing pet, and good luck with your pet collecting.